My name is Tlebалдинова. I'm a PhD. I'm a lecturer of Computer Modeling and Information Technologies Department. Today's our subject is electronic services. Electronic services are services which use of information and communication technologies. The three main components of e-services are service provider, service receiver, and the channels of service delivery. For example, as concerned to public e-service, public agencies are the service provider and citizens as well as businesses are the service receiver. The channel of service delivery is the third requirement of e-service. Internet is the main channel of e-service delivery, while other classic channels, for example, telephone, call center, public kiosk, mobile phone, television, are also considered. Since its inception in the late 1918 in Europe and formal introduction in 1993 by the USA, the term e-government has now become one of the recognized research domains, especially in the context of public policy, and now has been rapidly gaining strategic importance in public sector modernization. E-service is one of the branches of this domain, and its attention has also been creeping up among the practitioners and researchers. E-business can comprise a range of functions and services. They range from the development of intranets and extranets to the provision of e-services over the internet by application service providers. Today, as corporations continuously rethink their businesses in terms of the internet, specifically the internet's availability, reach, and ever-changing capabilities, they're conducting a business to buy parts and supplies from other companies, collaborate on sales, promotions, and conduct joint research. The growth of a business in recent decades has given rise to new business requirements. On the customer front, consumers expect organizations to offer self-service options for conducting transactions. They expect personalized experiences and they want speedy, secure interactions. On the regulatory front, new laws and best practices for keeping electronic data secure have been instated. As the e-commerce accelerated, companies have adopted stringent security protocols and tools, including encryption and digital certificates to protect against hackers, fraud, and theft. With the security built into browsers and with digital certificates now available for individuals and companies from various vendors providing cybersecurity tools and technologies, cybersecurity has become ingrained in e-business. However, the security of business transactions on the web remains a pressing issue for consumers and enterprises alike, even as that concern has not slowed the growth of e-business. IBM was one of the first companies to use the term e-business when in October 1997 it launched a thematic campaign to address the confusion many consumers had about internet-based businesses. There are several types of e-business models. In the business-to-consumer model, B2C, sellers of products and services directly to consumers online, and the buyer purchases them via the internet. Under the business-to-business B2B model, companies use the internet to conduct transactions with one another. Unlike B2C transactions, B2B transactions usually involve multiple online transactions at each step of the supply chain. The consumer-to-business C2B model defines a type of e-business where consumers create their own value in demand for goods and services. Reverse online actions are examples of C2B e-business models as airline ticket websites like Priceline. Under the consumer-to-consumer C2C e-business model, consumers are both buyers and sellers via third-party facilitated online marketplaces such as eBay. These C2C e-business models generate revenue through personnel and fees, charging for memberships and subscriptions and collecting transaction fees. E-learning, an abbreviation of the English learning, electronic system of training through computer and electronic technologies. A learning system based on formalized teaching but with the help of electronic resources is known as e-learning. While teaching can be based in or out of the classrooms, the use of computers and the internet forms the major component of e-learning. E-learning can also be termed as a network enabling transfer of skills and knowledge, and the delivery of education is made to a large number of recipients at the same of different times earlier. It was not accepted wholeheartedly as it was assumed that the system lacked the human element required its learning. E-government is a single mechanism of state and citizens' cooperation, also state bodies with one another, which enables a concerted activity over the help of information technologies. That particular mechanism led to cut down calls in state bodies, reduce and speed up getting help with inquiries, certificates, authorization documents, and etc. The idea of e-government creating in Kazakhstan was announced at the annual message of the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan in March 19. Towards the competitive Kazakhstan, competitive economy, and competitive nation, the state program of forming e-government in the Republic of Kazakhstan for 2005-2007 was accepted on the 10th of November 2004. This one of the first serious steps towards the development of high technological country. Creation of electronic government in Kazakhstan is long-term and its realization can be implemented only in several stages. The experience of the countries was studied with significant progress in development and technology of e-government was achieved. Korea, Singapore, Estonia, and others. Taking into account the world experience, the implementation of electronic government in the Republic of Kazakhstan is carried out in 4 steps. Firstly, informational step, the publication and spreading at this stage a single point of access to all informational resources of state bodies and focus on the needs of the citizens and organizations, basing on the concept of life and business events. Within the stage, the informational services of all state bodies were placed at the portal up to the end of 2006. Secondly, interactive step, the service delivered by means of direct and inverse interaction between the government and the citizen. Within this step, the mechanism of identification and authorization of the users with the purpose of providing the citizens with interactive services with the help of state bodies, the service of the citizens, appellations reception is implemented, and the mobile version of the portal was put into operation. And thirdly, transactional step, interaction by the way of performing the financial and juridical operations at the governmental portal. At this stage, mechanisms of citizens' applications through the portal to paid state service to perform financial transactions through integration with payment gateway and banking information system were implemented. And fourth step, transformational stage, the creation of complex electronic services, maximum efficiency in the providing the socially significant conclusions. A service is short for electronic service. Services for consumers, business or individual using ICTs. Services require a transaction to acquire a services components. Three main requirements: service provider, service receiver, service delivery channel. Automated not required, but many services are fully automated.